Hi guys, what's going on? John here. So, I came across this through my friend Z. I will post the link to his video below, but this is called a Myers-Briggs test. And what it is it's a personality test to kind of see, frankly, what kind of personality you are. And it kind of describes the way you do things as mentioned below. But there's a couple different things you can be. You could be an introverted person, an extroverted person. You could be a sensing person, an intuitive person, feeling person, a thinking person, a prospecting person, and a judging person. Like, there's all these different factors that go into it. And as it says here, it's apparently freakishly accurate. And I'm very curious to see what I get, because I've never done one of these. And I'd be curious to see how well it like maps me out based on my answers. So let's dive into it. You enjoy vibrant social events with lots of people. I feel like I'm gonna put sort of agree, so I'll put it like right there. Just because I like going out and I like doing social events, but I feel like I kind of have a social quota. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like when I go out, there are some times where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go hang out with a bunch of people and socialize and stuff like that and just be myself. And then there are days where I just fucking don't. I just don't do it. So I'll put it right there. I think that's a reasonable spot for me to go with. You often spend time exploring unrealistic yet intriguing ideas. Abso-fucking-lutely. I feel like I think big, and I feel like thinking big is one of the things that I am known to do, and it's why no offense when I say this, is I feel like it's why my content kind of suffers a little bit, because I think big and then I have to scale it back to make it make sense, and I'm disappointed. Your travel plans are more likely to look like a rough list of ideas than a detailed... Absolutely! When I went to Austin, Texas, for the first time with Marissa, she was like, all right, you're taking charge on this. You got to come up with some things. And I just kind of said, we'll figure it out when we get there. And we did. And she was not happy about that fact. You often think about what you should have said in a conversation long after it's taken place. You know what? Yeah, I'll give it an agree to that, like a strongly agree. Because I feel like I kind of like, I don't know if anyone does this when you're driving home in the car after like something happens. You kind of just like end up talking out loud, so to speak. You kind of talk out loud and kind of express what you could have done. I feel like I do that a bunch when it comes to like important moments in conversations and stuff like that. If your friend is sad about something, your first instinct is to support them emotionally, not try to solve the problem. Hard yes. Hard fucking yes. I feel like I do that all the time. If someone's like not feeling good, I'll immediately be like, what's wrong? Is there anything I can do to help you? Or I'll try and like distract them. People can rarely upset you. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put it here because I feel like people can upset me at times, and I feel like I'm just a fragile little boy. You often rely on other people to be the ones to start a conversation and keep it going. Yep. Yeah, I am in the background for the most part. Like, I'll listen in, and like a good example of this is like Marissa always asks me when we're out in public, like with family or something like that, she's like, why aren't you enjoying yourself? And I usually say I am enjoying myself. I'm just enjoying the company of the people around me. I don't usually like to be the one to kind of spearhead the conversation. Sorry for hitting my mic, but I feel like I prefer when people talk and I can just kind of jump in whenever I feel. If you have to temporarily put your plans on hold, you make sure it is your top priority to get back on track as soon as possible. You know what? Like, it depends on the plans. Like, if it's a vital plan, like if it's a super important plan, then yes, but I'm gonna put it like right there. I think that's kind of reasonable. It's like, I can manage. Actually, you know what? No, let's, you know, means middle. I'll leave it at the middle ground because like, I can jump back on it when I can. You rarely worry if you've made a good impression on someone you met. I always worry about if I made a good impression on someone I meet, so hard disagree. It would be a challenge for you to spend the whole weekend all by yourself without feeling no. I love being alone. Now I know it's good to be alone. You're more of a detail-oriented person than a big picture person. No. Hard disagree. I am Ed Wood to the fucking finest.
Filmmaking is not about the tiny details, it's about the big picture.
You are very affectionate with people you care about. Yeah, definitely I'm very affectionate. Like, I feel like I can be somewhat of a bleeding heart, so to speak. I feel like that's kind of just how I've always been, emotional as fuck. And I feel like I kind of give that to the people I care about the most. You have a careful and methodical approach to life. I mean, yeah, I could say that, but at times I feel as if I kind of just throw whatever I have to the wall and see if it sticks. But usually I'm kind of like, I kind of want there to be like a safety net, or I want there to be a backup. So I'm gonna put it like right there, like a maybe, you know what I mean? Like, I guess so. You are still bothered by mistakes you made a long time ago. Yeah, I can agree with that. I can definitely agree with that. I feel like that there's some things that in the past I could have probably done better, probably things I could have handled better. And I feel like it can bite me in the ass sometimes, and I feel like if I didn't make those mistakes, maybe things would be a little better. At parties and similar events, you can be mostly found farther away from the action. I'll put it there, because like I do like hanging out with people. Like, I like being sociable. I like hanging out with friends and family at parties, but I'm not the type of person to initiate like a spark in the conversation, so to speak. You often find it difficult to relate to people who let their emotions guide them. Hard disagree. When you're looking for a movie to watch, you can spend ages browsing the Absolutely. That's an easy pick. Like, I have so many, I don't know if I've shown you guys this in the past. I have like 3 shelves worth of movies that I could easily look at and be like, oh, I'm gonna just find something whenever I feel like it. And I can spend as much time as I want looking through like Netflix or Hulu or YouTube. Anything to watch. That's just kind of how I am. You could stay calm under a lot of pressure. Let's be honest with ourselves here. Just disagree. If anyone have seen my Derp Crew videos, you know that for a fact I cannot deal with pressure. When in a group of people you do not know, you have no problem jumping right into their conversation. When in a group of people you do not know, you have no problem jumping right into their conversation. It depends. If it's something I'm interested in, then yes. Otherwise, I'm just gonna put it at like a mad disagree. Because like, I can, but I can't. When you sleep, your dreams tend to be bizarre and fantastical. I don't dream I'm a man. No, I'm kidding. So when it comes to dreams, I feel like they're more grounded. They're more grounded in realism, but when it comes to my dreams, there's always this one thing in the dream that always kind of like sets me off, where I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't happening. There's no physical way this could happen, and when the moment I do that, I'm up. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to say like, I'm gonna say mad disagree, because it's almost like it's an uncanny valley of dreams, I think is the way to put it. Like, everything's off by 1%. In your opinion, it is sometimes okay to step on others to get ahead in life. Fuck. I don't think that at all. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hit disagree on that. I think that's kind of fucked up, because everyone deserves their shot. Stepping on someone is kind of a bullshit answer. You are dedicated and focused on your goals, only rarely getting sidetracked. When it's a really important goal, fuck yes. But other than that, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna say like, I'll put it towards like a sort of agree. If you make a mistake, you tend to start doubting yourself, your abilities, or your knowledge. Okay, hard agree on that one, because I feel like that's kind of just how I've always been. If I make one fuck up, kind of snowballs into a bunch of other things. When at a social event, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to the ones you already know. Hard yes. You usually lose interest in a discussion when it gets philosophical. No, I like talking philosophical shit. You would never let yourself cry in front of others. Yeah, hard agree. You feel more drawn to places with a bustling and busy atmosphere than to the more quiet and intimate ones. That's a hard disagree. I would rather be alone in my house than in a club. And I've been to clubs, and sometimes I enjoy them. It's just I prefer being here on my own. You like discussing different views and theories on what the world could look like in the future. When it comes to making life-changing choices, you mostly listen to your heart rather than your head. No. I would rather listen to my head than my heart, if that makes any sense. I would rather be logical about it if it's something that important and life-changing. You could not imagine yourself dedicating your life to the study of something that you cannot see, touch, or experience. That's why I got into movies, because I liked a hands-on approach in making movies and film and stuff like that. So that's gonna be an agree, because I could not see myself being like some philosophical major or anything like that. You usually prefer to get your revenge rather than forgive. I'm gonna be honest, I'd rather forgive. I'd rather get forgiveness than be like, fuck you. You often make decisions on a whim. Yes, that's true. The time you spend by yourself often ends up being more interesting and satisfying than the time you spend with other people. I'm gonna give it like a very like slight agree, just because I do enjoy the time I spend with other people. But I do also enjoy the time by myself. You often put special effort into interpreting the real meaning or the message of a song or a movie. Lately, yeah, I could see myself doing that more. Like, I remember recently I had a whole like thought process on what John Carpenter's The Thing or like David Lynch's Eraserhead was about. Like I kind of pick up on that. Same with my records that I listen to a bunch. So I'll put that as like a, yeah, I agree. You always know exactly what you want. Because sometimes I don't know what I want, if I'm gonna be honest. Like I've switched so many times, including on YouTube and Twitch, where I've been like, I want to do this and focus on this. I want to do this. And I feel like that always bites me in the ass. You rarely think back on the choices you've made and wonder what could have been done differently. Hard disagree, because I always reflect. When in a public place, you usually stick to quieter and less crowded areas. Hard agree. You tend to focus on the present realities than future possibilities. I'll give it a sure, why not? You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. I'm gonna go ahead and say like a disagree, but not disagree. Like I don't disagree, but I do disagree. You know what I mean? Because I feel like sometimes it's hard for me to interpret what's going on until after the fact. When starting to work on a project, you prefer to make as many decisions up front as possible. Meh. When you know someone thinks highly of you, you also wonder how long it'll be before... Oh my god. This is getting fucking rough. I'm gonna go ahead and like say like sort of disagree, because yeah, there's always that worry of like, oh, what if I do something stupid and they don't like it? And how does that reflect on me? But I try not to like let that navigate my fucking life. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. Meh, not. There's got to be like some degree of separation for me to like get to know someone like that. Like if it's a friend of a friend, sure. But other than that, I'm like, no. You often drift away into daydreaming about various ideas and scenarios. Yeah. You look after yourself first, others come in second. I'm gonna say, if I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna say like, sure. Because like I do care about my friends and stuff like that, and I do care about my loved ones and all that stuff, but I do want to focus on myself, because you only have one life to live. Even when you have planned a particular daily routine, you usually just end up doing what you've... Yep. Hard yes. Hard fucking yes. Your mood can change very quickly. I mean, yeah, so a good example of this was I had a great morning, and then I found out that the bathroom lights weren't working, and then I was upset for a couple of hours, and then we fixed it, and I was happy again. So I'm gonna go ahead and say in the span of a day, yes. You often contemplate the reasons for human exist. Hard yes. Hard yes on that one. You often talk about your own feelings and emotions. Yes. I do that a bunch. You've got detailed education or career development plans stretching several... No. I'm kind of winging it as I go. You rarely dwell on your regrets. Disagree with that. Definitely disagree with that. Spending time in a dynamic atmosphere with lots of people around quickly makes you feel drained and in need of a getaway. Yes, but at the same time, I like the experience of being around people too. So it is a little bit of a mix. You see yourself as more of a realist than a visionary. Again, I think big. I kind of think big, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say disagree with that. You find it easy to empathize with the person who has gone through something you never have. Meh. Because at the same time, like, I don't have that experience, but at the same time, I understand the person's upset. So I try to empathize. It's not easy, but I try to understand. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than to organize. Oh my god. I'd say sort of agree, just because of the fact that, like, I'm organized, but it's more like chaotic organization. I feel like I kind of organize, but at the same time, I kind of just throw shit where it goes and see how it sticks. Your emotions control you more than you control them. I feel like I kind of jump to my emotions pretty quick. So I'd agree with that. But after a long, exhausting week, a fun party is just what you... No. What John needs after a long, exhausting day is a bed, a dark room, and a TV. That's it. Or a couch. Just a nap on a couch. That's also good too. You frequently find yourself wondering how technological advancement could change everyday life. I mean, I have done that, like with the fact that VR systems exist now. I imagine what it's gonna be like when we eventually have Ray Bradbury's The Veldt set up, where like you just go into a room and it's like a whole new world just virtually. I just think about that all the time, like the different types of tech we could have. You always consider how your actions might affect other people before doing something. I'm gonna say sort of disagree on that. I feel like I think I could say like sort of disagree, just because like I feel like I kind of think about myself first in that regard, but at the same time, I do sort of think, how is this person gonna feel about it? But I just say fuck it anyway. You still honor the commitments you have made, even if you have a change of heart. I agree with that. I think I try to honor all of the commitments I have. You rarely feel insecure. Let's go ahead and just be real with ourselves here. Disagree. See results? Your personality type is mediator. INFP-T. Okay, let's see what we got here. So, 81% introverted. This trait determines how we interact with our environment. That's mind. Energy, intuitive. This trait shows where we direct our mental energy. Nature. This trait determines how we make decisions and cope with emotions. So, 65% feeling over thinking. Tactics. This trait reflects our approach to work, planning, and decision-making. Prospecting over judging. And then identity. This trait underpins all others, showing how confident we are in our abilities and decisions. Yeah, I'm not assertive, I'm more turbulent. Fuck. Okay. I could see that. I could totally see that being me. Wow, that's impressive. Start reading. Let's see what we got here. The mediator personalities are true idealists, always looking for the hint of good in even the worst of people and of its. Oh my god, that's me. That's totally me. Searching for ways to make things better while they may be perceived as calm, reserved, or even shy, mediators have an inner flame and passion that can truly shine. Compromising just 4% of the population, the risk of feeling misunderstood is unfortunately high for the mediator personality type, but when they find like-minded people to spend their time with, the harmony they feel will be a fountain of joy and inspiration. Oh my god! Strengths and weaknesses. Mediator strengths. Idealistic. Mediators' friends and loved ones will come to admire and depend on them for optimism. Their unshaken belief that all people are inherently good, perhaps simply misunderstood, lends itself to an incredibly resilient attitude in the face of hardship. Seek value in harmony, open-minded and flexible. Yeah, I can see that. I'm just like, I'll do whatever. Very creative. Passionate and energetic. Dedicated and hardworking. Weaknesses. Too idealistic. Oh, God, yeah, that's me. Listen to this. Mediators often take their idealism too far, setting themselves up for disappointment as again and again evil things happen in the world. This is true on a personal level, too, as mediators may not just idealize their partners, but idolize them, forgetting that no one is perfect. Okay, that part I'm not too keen on. Like, I don't idolize, I don't think. But, like, at the same time, I feel like I do kind of set myself up, like, only to be knocked down a few pegs. Too altruistic. Mediators sometimes see themselves as selfish, but only because they want to give so much more than they are able to. This becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Fuck. Oh my god. Oh god. Impractical. When something captures the mediator's imagination, they can neglect practical matters like a day-to-day maintenance and simple pleasures. Fuck. Oh god. This is on point. Mediators often take challenges and criticisms personally rather than as inspiration to reassess their positions. Fuck! That hits way close to home. Difficult to get to know? What? I try to be like an open book. I do think that is super accurate. I'm not gonna lie. I guess that makes the most sense for me. Well, guys, I would encourage you guys take this as well. It's 16 personalities. I'll put the link below in the thing over there. So if you're interested, please do me a favor, check it out. And I want to know what you guys got in the comments. So please let me know below. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. This is John saying good night, goodbye, and I will see you later. Hey everyone, what's going on? John here. Just wanted to take the time to thank you all for watching this video because it was super fun to make it. I would also recommend you leave a comment below, like the video, and make sure you hit the subscribe button. It actually helps out a lot when you guys engage with the videos. But along with that, I do want to take the time to thank the patrons who made this video and every other video possible, all of which can be found on the sidebar. It really helps out more than you think. It's direct support to me. And with that, if you guys want to become patrons, please do me a favor and click the link below. It's down in the description. That's all for this video. I will see you in the next one. So with that said, good night and goodbye.